how did I get here? I'm flying through the air a few thousand feet above the ground with a robotic arm holding a cold cup of McDonald's coffee. Let's rewind a little bit. As many of you guys know, I like flying to fast food restaurants. They're some of my most popular videos. But in the past, I've never been able to bring a drink with me because my paramotor lacks a cup holder. Last summer, I flew to Chick-fil-a and I got a spicy chicken sandwich, fries, but no drink. The top comment on that video is actually a petition to get a cup holder added to a paramotor. It got a whopping 20,000 likes. You guys spoke, I listened, and I made it happen. So to start out, I headed down to the local Walmart to create the first budget-friendly prototype. Okay, so Project Paramotor Cup Holder. One of the design challenges with putting a cup holder on a paramotor is the fact that when I'm launching, my whole body and the paramotor are leaning forward to inflate the wing. But then throughout the launch and into flight, I start reclining back to a higher angle of attack. What this means is if I just mounted the cup holder straight on the paramotor, I'd probably spill a bunch out the front as I start my launch, and then I might be spilling it out the back once I'm in flight. Luckily, good old Wally World has this little gizmo. So it's got basically like a bar clamp device on the back and then a articulating cup holder design. Now, in order to mount our little gizmo here, I have this piece of copper pipe that actually used to be part of my shower. What I'm thinking is I'm gonna attach this pipe onto my swing arm here, which should be approximately level while I'm in flight. It'll be a good placement that I can reach my drink, and it will give full articulation of the cup holder. I know. Hold your applause. This might just be the most beautifully crafted, highly engineered piece of gear I've attached to my paramotor thus far. I've chosen the left side so that it's out farther away. It doesn't interfere with my harness whatsoever. The riser should be nice and clear. It's at a good angle. I've used duct tape, actually Gorilla Tape, the high performance, super sticky stuff, and 4 zip ties to mount this bad boy. I think it's gonna work. The big question is, will I spill on launch? It might spill on the launch. I don't know. The barrel roll, I think if it survives the launch, it'll survive the barrel roll for sure. But there's only one way to find out, and if it does spill everywhere, it's gonna make great content anyway. Although this cup holder looked like something a 5-year-old built and only cost me $7.88, I was fairly confident that it would work flawlessly. So I headed down to the local park and geared up for a flight to the McDonald's.
So the infamous McDonald's is right down there, kind of next to that salmon-looking building. I downloaded the McDonald's app ahead of time. Woo! Everyone always gets nervous when I hold my phone, and I normally don't, but I'm shivering a little bit, and it's making me nervous. Premium roast coffee. I'm going to go with a medium because I don't want to overload our thing here. And what else do we want? Cookies. Of course I want a cookie. Wow. Their cookies only 50 cents? Why haven't I been buying friggin' McDonald's cookies all my life? Add to bag. It won't let me add it to bag. Oh! They're out of cookies? Does that mean I have to get an apple pie? Apple pies are good. They've got the apple pie, so I'll go with that. Alright, very simple order this time. We've got the correct location. Place order. Alright, so it says go to McDonald's. So that seems legit. Time to drop in. Oh, hey, buddy. Hi.
I am.
Do you mind if I get a picture?
Sure
You
thing.
need to like wrap up something really quick.
No, I'm just going.
I'm just gonna say that's so cool. It's so nice to meet
Yeah,
you.
it's good to meet you too.
Hey, guess who I just met?
What's up? I'm at the McDonald's.
He follows you all the time. He really gets a kick out of it.
That's awesome.
You guys do. It's awesome. I'm sorry. I hate to interrupt you wrapping up.
No worries.
It's so cool. We follow you all the time.
Good to meet you.
Make your merch and stuff.
Thanks. We will put in spot number 2 to the app, finish and pay.
Are you curbside or no?
I'm curbside.
Apple pie and coffee?
Yep. Thanks so much.
Have a nice day.
You too. Is it gonna work though? So it was at this moment that I started to realize things weren't gonna work out how I had planned. Somehow this cup holder and coffee combo was way too top heavy and was gonna spill out even when it was just sitting there stationary. I realized there was no way it was gonna stay in the cup holder while I ran down the field for a launch. In fear of embarrassing myself even more, I took my gear and walked away from the McDonald's out to the field to see if I could MacGyver something. So I realized I could peel off a few decals from my paramotor and use them as tape to hold the coffee in an upright position. This wasn't a perfect solution though, because it took away the entire articulation factor, but at least it should get me in the air. Man, I gotta laugh. The system's getting jankier by the second. So we'll put this one over here, around, and stick it back to itself. Dude, I think that might actually work. I'm a genius. Dude, I am just freaking launching coffee everywhere. Dude, if we make it off the ground with this coffee, I mean, it's gonna spill everywhere. It's gonna be hilarious. We're going right! Woo! Holy oh, dude, my coffee! Oh! It's hanging on by a thread! Holy That is the stupidest thing I've ever seen. My arm is just showered in coffee. I did promise one thing, that we were gonna test and see if this bad boy would hold up to a bit of inverted barrel roll goodness. Let's give her a rip. It got our coffee up here, and that's all that matters. This is just about as good as that free coffee you get at a Holiday Inn or whatever hotel. It's pretty rank. The way I would describe McDonald's coffee is warm water that touched coffee beans. Just stow that in there now that it's empty. Whip out the apple pie. Hopefully they warmed it up. Holy shit. Dude, that apple pie is fire. It says enjoy by 6:45 p.m. It's about 4:30. Good thing I ate that. So after this flight, I realized that my Walmart cup holder was a bit of a failure. I wasn't satisfied with how it worked, so I decided to visit the opposite end of the spectrum. If a $7.88 Walmart cup holder didn't work, maybe a $500 electronically stabilized gimbal would. So I headed down to Best Buy and grabbed myself a fresh new gimbal. Now, you might be thinking, who in their right mind spends $500 on a gimbal just to carry a cup of coffee into the sky? Aside from the coffee experiment, I plan on using this gimbal for B-roll to bring you guys sweet content. And aside from that, it's because of the support from you guys that I can invest into content like this. If you want to support this channel, check out our Risky Biscuits Co. merch down in the description. We just restocked a ton of designs. We've got E-Props propellers and ozone wings. Shout out to you guys for all the support. Let's get back to the gimbal. Because the original cup holder seemed to fit a McDonald's coffee snugly, I reused the plastic portion and mounted it to the gimbal. Once I got the gimbal balanced and adjusted, I started to realize that this might actually work. Dude, that's gonna work. Okay, so here's our next level setup. I got the DJI RSC2 handheld gimbal. I mounted my cup holder from the original prototype on this, which worked perfectly. Then I wrapped the handle in a towel, one for vibration isolation so it doesn't mess up the gyroscopes and accelerometers, and two, because I don't want to gouge up my brand new gimbal. So I wrapped that towel around it and then I secured it with 4 zip ties. Surprisingly, it's really nice and strong. I have high hopes for this new paramotor cup holder gimbal contraption. Only one thing is left. We gotta go test it. Let's go flying. All right, so here's our current setup, prototype number 2, ready for the first test flight at the airport. I have a full medium coffee, just like the original one I got at McDonald's. All right, so here we go, moment of truth. I am not using any type of strap on the coffee, just like last time. There she is. All right, so that's that. The highly over-engineered paramotor coffee cup holder. Let's go test her out.
All right. Dude, she's working really well so far. Okay, here goes nothing. First launch of the highly over-engineered coffee cup holder. Damn it!
So after launch number 1, I could tell that the gimbal was doing its job in holding the coffee stable, but obviously I had to run a lot smoother to keep the coffee cup from coming out of the cup holder. I was determined to make it work, so luckily I brought a second cup of coffee. I got suited up again for launch number 2.
Ah, disappointment. I have to give that another go. All right. Woo! I just sloshed out a lot. Don't fall out this time, little buddy. We got this. Smooth and stable on the launch. It's working so well! Woo! Look at that! It is holding my coffee so stable! That is so sick! You can see just in the turbulence, it's holding it perfectly level. Let's see what happens when we bank right. That is wicked awesome! What happens if I pull this drink out of here? Yeah! Incredible! I can't believe it worked!
So at the end of the day, I was really impressed with how well the gimbal held the coffee in flight, and it was the clear winner. In reality though, none of these solutions were really a practical way of carrying a drink. I even tried one of those drink hats from Spencer's Gifts, but that was way too sketchy. The obvious solution for carrying a drink would be to bring a sealed thermos that you could either stick in a pocket or attach with a carabiner. That way if you land at a restaurant, you can just pour your drink in the thermos, stow it on the paramotor, take off with no issues, and then retrieve it in flight and have your drink. But that wasn't the point of this video. I wanted to make a legitimate cup holder. Sometimes over-engineering a simple problem like this can be fun and entertaining. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I want to leave you with a challenge. If you have any outrageous ideas like this, within reason, comment them down below and upvote the ones that you like the best. I want to do more things like this, so please think of a creative idea that would be fun to do with the paramotor and comment down below. Also, check out the Risky Biscuits co-merch below, like this sweet camouflage and fluorescent orange Risky sweatshirt. Hope you guys enjoyed. I will see you in the next one. Till then, peace.